Hello, my vivacious Virgos. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to do another reading. I was called to do another one. It seems to be twin flame mostly thus far, but of course it can also be soulmate relationships. But I'm doing this for anyone who's having some difficulty letting go. You know, to bring in the new beginning. I say twin flame primarily because we did have North Node move to Gemini, you know, like a week and a half ago. We have Venus going retrograde in Gemini right now, and then the new moon in Gemini is coming up on the 22nd, and the full moon in Scorpio just like whiplashed us all. I'll link that reading at the end of this, and I also did a twin flame collective, so check that out if you want. But it was just like, whoa. And now we have the new moon on the 22nd that is asking us to release some of this energy. So that is what I'm doing. How can we like let go of the old karmic baggage? So during the cleansing ceremony, I was hearing the song by Erasure. It was like, I wanna talk like lovers do. And it was specifically that line, like, or talk to me like lovers do. Okay, so, that came to my mind. And then, I like felt and heard at the same time, someone said like, I'm always with you and sending you love. So I do feel this twin flaming energy that they are consistently sending you love. I also got an indication that y'all need to cleanse your chakras like pronto. I know you're good at keeping your space organized pretty well and clean and things like that, but you need to keep the 5D clean as well. And I also noticed like I accidentally scratched myself. So you might be having something that might be scratching your body or doing something like that. Y'all need to cleanse your environment too. I also felt that there is someone new coming in. There is some sort of, yeah, somebody else coming in. And also I, for some reason, vocalize, just release it. Like, I never talk when I do my cleansing ceremony, but something really wanted to speak that, like, just release it is what I'm getting. Sorrow. Yes. Let go of the sorrow. I mean, it's sorrow in reverse. I usually don't use these in reverse, but this is about letting go of the sorrow. Like, you have had this sadness. You can honor that pain and be able to move on and say like, yes, that made me sad, but you need to let go of the sadness. For sure. Like, you just need to release it. You need to release it. And I was also getting this feeling that there was some sort of mystery or something, and that like there are some ancestral cycles that you are breaking. I feel like you've noticed a pattern in your parents where you're like, I am like releasing sorrow associated with that, but like separately, you are also doing that earth connection. Yeah, exactly. You know, where your roots came from, how you got here. There very much is family situations that you're recognizing of how that influences, you know, how it influences your connection to pain is what I'm hearing. Wow, Virgo, this is deep. I send you love already, Virgo. I send you love. This wants to come right towards me. Inner child, yeah. It wanted to come right to mama. Yeah, your inner child has something to say, and we're going to hear it right now. This is my inner child deck. Wow. The sleep. I think you are just waking up to your ancestral curses. And now you have awoken from that slumber, and you are recognizing how your earth connection and what you were taught by your parents, what love is, and that love tree that you grew, where your roots were, how they got their nutrients, and, you know, how this grew you into the person that you were from a small child, and how that relates to your inability to, regulate sorrow in a healthy way is what I'm hearing. But you've broken this cycle, and you're learning. Like, you are, like, it just hit you, and the release is going to be the Gemini the Gemini New Moon is what I'm getting. And also, I feel like your sleep cycle is something that is connected to this. I feel like you have some regulation or perhaps deregulation to do when it comes to sleep. And it has to do with the way you were programmed, maybe in a very abusive way when it came to your sleeping patterns, whether it's getting woken up in the middle of the night, or if you got in trouble really bad, if you know, woke up late, or if you weren't on time, or things like that. Like, I notice Virgos are usually pretty early for something, or they're like, you know, chronically late. And that is a very Virgo type soul lesson to learn here. Yeah. So what I'm feeling, just because of how I felt at the beginning, I feel like if, you know, as a twin flame, you have, this person has separated from you and you are still going through that sorrow, and you're at the stage of your journey of realizing, you know, re-meeting your inner child and finding out who that person is, you know, and what you need as an adult in correlation to that. It's beautiful. And your twin flame straight up said, like, I'm always with you and sending you love. Like, you need to know that they are helping you through this. All right, let's see. This sorrow. Yeah, this wanted to, the Ace of Cups. So I feel like your twin has triggered something in you to feel like, you know, it's probably that abandonment stage, you know what I mean? Of like, of being left and feeling like, oh, I have, like, you know, love is no longer mine sort of thing. It has to do with this Ace of Cups, the emotional offering. So I think that you are literally starting from your original emotional cup needs and how you were programmed to think what you need from another person. Whoa, Virgo. What is the light here? What is the light? Galvantula using cobweb trip. So I feel like this, yeah, this is a very complex system, you know, cobweb. This is spider spirit coming out, that this is very much a network that you are very much stuck in some sort of way. Like, your solar plexus is connected to it, you know, your sense of self, your personality. This is like Leo 5th house energy, you know, the solar plexus chakra of, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, this is my personality. And I think that you're really understanding, like, how, you know, that energy is in the cobweb trip. I always take as kind of like your family lineage, you know what I mean? It's the web from, you know, of where you got stuck in that way of programmed of, you know, who you're supposed to be or whatever. It says, they employ an electrically charged web to trap their prey. While it is immobilized in shock, they leisurely consume. So there is some aspect of perhaps communicating on the internet, but really this is a solar plexus, you know, network that we all share. And if it's your twin, you need to know that if you aren't protecting yourself and grounding yourself in a way that you need to, that they can start stealing, excuse me, your solar plexus energy. You know, they can start feeding from that. So you need to make sure that you are protected. Especially while you're finding out who you are, because if you find out who you are, they can, you know, drink that up. What's the shadow? Kyogre using spring tides. Yeah, wow. So this is the god of the oceans. So this is a lot of heavy water energy, this Ace of Cups, this sorrow. The spring tides, like, for some reason, springtime is really triggering for you, where you're getting all of this heavy emotional, you know, tides coming at you. It says, a mythical Pokemon said to have swelled the seas with rain and tidal waves. It battled with Groudon. So you know that, yeah, it's very important to, you know, protect your own energy and isolate it off, because if you don't let go, Then, you know, Grodan is the god of the land, and this is the god of the sea, you know, and they fight. So it's like that twin flame journey of consistently being at war with each other, unless there is a separation and, you know, ability to come in a different way. So yeah, there's some heavy motion in the ocean. And that's why it needs to be protected, and why you need to release this sorrow, because it's causing reverberations, you know, in the relationship, and it's going to come, you know, right back to you. That's how it works. This is Earth. Yeah, the sun, like I said, like that's the Earth connection that you have. And so, you know how I was saying, like, this is Leo, the sun, the 5th house, and things like that. That's what this Earth connection is. It's like how you are grounded and where you get your light, and, you know, who you thought you were supposed to be in order to get love. And I feel like there has been, you know, in your upbringing, you learned that the way to get affirmation of who you are and that you are loved, and like your personality and things are very much based on, like, you know, the emotions causing people to get stuck in them, you know, stuck in like sorrow, stuck in the cobweb, you know. And in the 5D, you know, it's these tides, this war. And I think that it's some sort of emotional addiction to chaos is what I'm hearing. And you very much are understanding that you learned that as a child. Whoa. Snubble using roar. Yeah, so fairy is the fae folk, and the fae folk are, you know, they make deals, but fairy type is about one-on-one relationships, you know. And this is Earth connection. Like, how do you take root with someone? Like, this is a root, but also look, there's a vine on it, so there is some symbiotic sort of relationship there. And this is about roar, of, you know, like roar, you know, like making noise and, you know, causing this rift for the light to get stuck. And it says, small Pokemon flee from its scary face. It is, however, considered by women to be cute. So there could have been someone in your childhood, maybe a father, brother, mother figure, whatever, that might have had like a scary face that would like yell at you and things like that. And, you know, like the sort of getting to that emotional high level of that trigger response when it comes to your emotions is kind of that energy that you're stuck in. And that's why, you know, the twin flame relationship is kind of stuck in that as well. You know what I mean? It's just stuck in a sorrowful place. So, wow, Virgo, this is some deep shit. Phoebus in reverse, which is surprise attack in reverse. So it's like you're not really surprised about this. I feel like, oh yeah, like the signs were there all along. Of course it was my upbringing, you know? And I feel like, you know, on the journey here, it's very much that energy of like, you know, like, oh yeah, psychology says this stuff, but not me. Like, my parents didn't do anything to me. Like, nah, dude, they were your programmers. Of course they did it to you. You know what I mean? Like, what cycles do you repeat? Like, beep, boop, we're all just meat machines, you know? And I feel like you're like, I'm not surprised about this. So I don't think it came as too big of a shock. I think that, you know, it takes a process to get to this point, and I know, Virgo. So you are already on that level. It wasn't like an aha moment. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Of course you do. But it's like very much about that emotional thing. It says, it eats anything, so it can even live in polluted streams and lakes. No one pays any attention to it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think that there is some aspect of neglect of you not getting attention during your childhood, or the attention that you needed or deserved. You know, every child feels like that, even with loving parents. It's just something that happens. We have the ability to have infinite love, and it, you know, our parents aren't the ones to give it to us. We have to give that to ourselves. So, you know, it talks about it eats anything. It can live in polluted streams and lakes. I think that what you're realizing is that, you know, the way that you grew, you had no filter system for the emotions that were coming in. And you, like, the way that you got love and learned love was through polluted emotions, through polluted water. And that's what makes this water energy just like, whoa, you know, and whoa, yeah. You're learning that you don't want to live like that anymore. Like, you don't want to just, you know, not have a filter and be able to live in polluted waters. Like, you want to have clean water. You want to have clean emotions. And it says no one pays any attention to it. So I really do think that it was the way that you learned to obtain love from a parent, really influences, you know, based on that high emotional vibrational state of, you know, roaring, of fighting, that now you are like, that's how you have been filling your cup the whole time. And of course that is bringing you sorrow. I'm so glad that you're releasing it. Good job, Virgo. So I'm doing a cord cutting ceremony, my dear Virgos, for releasing karmic baggage, specifically in regards to twin flame relationships. But so if you're interested, feel free to email me at Sachi the Scorpio or message me on Instagram. But all right, so tell us about this inner child. The Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I feel like your inner child has been silenced for so long, and you are realizing like you are just waking up from it. And this is hitting pretty fucking hard. But it, like, you're not surprised, but it's still so intense. What's the light aspect here? So it wants to go right to the Kyogre. Yeah, mischievous using haunt. So this is a psychic type. I have a feeling that your twin flame might be haunting you in your dreams, the sleep. You know, this is a ghost type. Wow, and you might actually be haunted by something because, like I said, there might be something in your space. So if so, like, cleanse your house, cleanse your house, cleanse your chakras, cleanse your house. Like, the inner child is even, you know, cleansing that aura. So there is, yeah, I feel like your twin flame is in your dream space. That's another reason why you need to balance your chakras and protect yourself, because they will steal your energy in the 5D. So you really have to block it out. And it says it likes playing mischievous tricks such as screaming and wailing to startle people at night. So again, we have the energy, and maybe that's like the haunting is this scare that you would get. Maybe a parent or sibling or something, you know, or whatever it was, would wake you up in the middle of the night with this like chaotic drama and things like that. And it's just like, you realize that it was just based on this consistent trauma stress response. And that's how you learn to emotionally connect, was through that trauma of your family. Whoa, Virgo. What's the shadow? If this isn't your reading, this isn't your reading. Like, Virgos, I love you so much, but I know some of you can just want to listen to tell me I'm wrong if this isn't your reading, but I don't want to hear it in my DMs, please, like, or in the comments or anything. Like, please, if it's not your reading, just, like, leave it be. If you're not on this journey, you're not on this journey. So, all right, this also wants to go to the Kyogre. Dark energy. Yeah, you have dark energy in the shadow that is bringing you to this spring tides. And I really do think it's like something that might be in your exterior. Like, you allow things to haunt you, including bad spirits that might be scratching you and shit, when you do not have protection, when you are not, like, when you don't balance your chakras. You know, if your energy is dirty, dirty shit is gonna come to you, you know, and it's gonna come to you in the dark, in the shadow, in the unseen realm. So just like, whoo, be careful. Whoa. All right. What does Virgo need to hear about love? That was insane, Virgo. That was insane. Love is unexpected. You don't know when it will come. So It's interesting because I feel like for Geminis and Virgos, it's not really a twin flame thing. It might be, but some of you might have not met your twin flame yet. So it very much is like, whether this person has left, I think it is maybe that abandonment. Like, I think that a lot of you, if it's your twin flame, have had the abandonment stage of that journey, and it really triggers you into like, how am I going to get love? It's by this crazy emotional blah 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 blah. And you know, that's not how you obtain love, by creating this like crazy emotional response, you know. And when it comes to you, it's unexpected. You can't try to put it on like a certain time frame, is what I'm hearing. What else does Virgo need to hear about love? Love does not know about yesterday or tomorrow. It is always new. Yes, again, like, you can't put time on it. It's timeless. Don't try to do that. Yeah, love will die if held too lightly. Love will fly if held too, or love will die if held too tightly. Love will fly if held too lightly. So it very much is this delicate balance of trying to bring it in. And the thing is like, if you haven't met your twin yet, the way to pull them in is by loving yourself, you know? Like, if you are too light with the love of yourself, if, you know, like, you need to learn to love your inner child, and that way, you know, the other half of your soul can find you. So, you know. All right, let's see what earth spirits want to speak to Virgo. Whoa. Wind activation. So I do think that there is a conversation that needs to be had, or I think that a conversation has had. I really feel like this is, yeah, your inner child being activated. And just remember to be patient with yourself. You know, this is a journey when you get in touch with the inner child. So just, you know that this is an activation period, and, you know, be aware of this. This wanted to go straight to the light. River, movement. Yeah, that there is going to be movement here. It doesn't have to be these crazy tides, but, you know, the focusing on the movement of your river, of your emotional world, is very, very important. And to consider what activates you, what triggers you, what's your trigger response to make that your inner child just be looking for love like that, you know? And yes, autumnal equinox. Release. This needs to be released. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm doing a cord cutting ceremony. So if you're interested in that, please email me at sachithescorpio@gmail.com or at sachithescorpio on Instagram. Because hot damn, it needs to be released, this sorrow. Whoa, Virgo. Okay, I hope that you got what you needed. Please like, comment, subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more I can send to you. And I hope that you got what you needed. And I hope to see you again for your next reading. Mwah. I love you very much. Bye-bye.